Welcome to 360 Degree Machinery. We're going to do a walkthrough of a Boss 4LH 24-inch planer. If you have questions about pricing or availability, please go to 360degreemachinery.com. Remember that all of our machines are located here in Naperville, Illinois, and that we do not broker tools in order to control quality. Also remember that we always have another 40 to 50 plus machines that we are processing at any given time that are not listed on our website as well. This is a Boss 4LH 24-inch by 8-inch capacity. It is an XGM machine. It does have lower use than buses of its vintage. This is a 1947 model. And I am going to qualify that. First of all, it spent a big portion of its life. Obviously, it's painted blue, and GM painted a lot of its machines blue. So it spent a lot of its life in a GM truck plant in just a pattern shop. Then it was owned by a smaller company for about the last 15 years. And they did definitely use it, but compared to the use that we usually see on these machines, we just do not believe that this machine, while it does have a lot of age on it, has a ton of use like you see on many of these machines. Obviously, it does have a 24-inch wide by 8-inch height capacity. It is a wedge bed, and it does have those 60-inch long tables that a lot of people just really like. One of the things that makes us believe that this machine has low use, we took this cover off for the video. It's laying here on the ground. And again, this machine definitely has age on it, but what leads us to believe that it has low use are your anti-kickback fingers here. Still have the tooling marks from left to right. Now, this leads you to believe that either they replaced them or these are original, and we actually believe these to be original. And if you just take a look, you can it might be hard to see in the video. The pictures will show it a little bit better. They just have the edges. When these machines, and a lot of these machines you just have to pass on nowadays unless you plan on rebuilding. One of the reasons why is you'll just open this up and these will just be completely rounded over. I mean, not only will there be no edge, I mean, there'll be no finger. And so if you don't really have a nice edge, you just cannot push material through, and material can kick back at you. And not only is the machine dangerous, but it just doesn't do a great job planing. So I mean, this is just something that just indicates to us that it's a lower use machine. Being that this is a pattern maker's machine, you do have right over here, you do have an operational brake, and of course it does have a 4-knife cutter head. It really spins really nicely. Everything on this machine spins really nicely. It also does have a dust chute, and again, we have that top guard and dust chute off just for the video. This machine is 220, 440 volt. Currently wired 440 volt. The main motor is 7.5 horsepower. That drive motor is a 2-speed 1.5 horsepower motor. Runs at 3.5 amps at 440 volts. This is the only motor that is 440 volt, is only wound one way on the whole machine. So if you wanted to make this machine 230 volts or 240 volts, you'd have to actually add a small transformer to this machine to step up just this one motor. It's the only thing you'd have to add. And it'd be about 2 kVA, so that's really small. So probably for $200 or so, you can transfer this machine into a 220 volt machine. Your transformer is 220, 230 volt capable. All your starters run 120 off of that transformer. Obviously, these are not the original starters. They're older starters, but obviously someone replaced all the original ones at one point in one time. Probably when it was at GM. Just do a fast walk around. Again, a lot of times we pass on some of these older machines, especially now, just because they just need complete rebuilds and you just can't cost effectively rebuild the machines. It's a shame, but it's just the reality. But this machine, like we said, it's just the mechanics of it just show us. I mean, even like when you look at the grind marks on the table, you can still see Obviously there are some scratches on the table, but you can still see the grind marks on the table. In high use machines, I mean, these are just literally rougher and they aren't smooth and flat. We're gonna go ahead and start it. It is 2-speed. We'll throw it into high speed. We're going to turn it off. It is off. It takes a long time for it to wind down. So we can come in here. Without applying that handbrake, it will take several minutes for it to turn off. Again, it's a 1947 Bus 4LH long bed 24 by 8 inch planer XGM machine. If you have any questions or comments, you can reach us at info@360degreemachinery.com or give us a call at 630-229-6705. Again, thank you for tuning in to 360 Degree, helping you buy with confidence.